Hello, this is Mark from I Am Organic Gardening, and welcome to part 7 of my 2-foot raised square foot bed. It's been over a year since I started this, so this is the following year, and we're going to be planting back directly into this 2-foot raised bed. And what we have currently growing now is winter rye and strawberries. So we're going to clean it up, and we're going to plant up a couple things like sunflower seeds again. And then in 2 weeks, when the weather changes to a little bit warmer, we're going to be planting up our tomato plants and peppers once again in the bed. So what I'm showing here is since last year, the current level of the raised bed has gone anywhere down from 4 to 5 inches and now settling, and will stay at this level pretty much for the next 5 to 7 years. Now, if you wish, you can add material back again. But at this stage, after I clean it up, there's probably no reason to do it. Everything is there. All the mycorrhizal fungi is growing nicely. We have the roots growing in the soil, and everything is doing very well. So we're going to leave it alone, particularly in this raised bed. Now here's the strawberries I planted last year along this edge, and this edge you can see them nicely, and they have some nice white flowers that they're blooming right now. Now, they did very nicely. I did not cover them over the winter. What you see is how I left it all winter long. So they survived very nicely. I didn't put hay or straw on top. What I believe is that if you at least have a decent root system on your strawberry plants or any perennials, they will survive without any type of covering. Now, of course, in areas that get, very freezing cold temperatures, you have to do some type of protection. But I'm in zone 6B, and they do very nicely without putting any material on top. So in part 6, I showed you how to prepare a bed for the fall. Now, the only thing I have to do right now in the springtime is remove the winter rye. I don't pull the roots out. I don't want to do any disturbance to the soil whatsoever. The only thing I have to do is cut that winter rye to the ground. And if I don't cut it that close to the ground, it grows back a little bit. It is not going to hurt the other plants. It's going to just help it. This winter rye has been growing soil for me and recycling nutrients, so I do not have to add manure. I do not have to add compost. I have to add nothing. The only thing I have to add is my plants for healthy produce this coming summer. So now I'm just going to start cleaning it up. I stopped about halfway, and I came across this strawberry runner plant. Now, you know how thick that grass was up on top, the winter rye. Now, in the middle of this bed is a strawberry plant, and it's doing quite well also too. But you can see how thick that grass or that winter rye was on top. It's still surviving. It's still doing a great job. Now, it's going to get even more sunlight now and be able to grow better. But it just goes to show you, even when there's shading of certain things, things survive, and they do very nicely just left alone, as long as they have all the soil food web working for them. What we just did technically is installed a new roof on our house of organic matter to protect the microbes in the soil from excessive heat and moisture loss. So in the middle is our old sunflower stalks. I'm going to take a couple seeds. I'm going to plant them right back in the same area. And these are the gray striped seeds that I've had for probably 30 years now. I just keep growing them and saving them and growing them and saving them. So I'm just going to pull back some of the winter rye that I cut. The soil is pretty much soft, and I'm just going to push them down into place. You just go about an inch down or so. And it won't matter if the old roots are there. It's just going to help in the future. And they're going to grow just fine. We'll see in about, say, a month or so how they'll be about 1 foot tall. So since I'm out here filming, I have to show you this also too. This is what's left over of the round raised bed. I did 2 of them, the square one and the round one. The round one we took apart to show you all the root growth that's in there. Now, you can see here on the right hand side where I didn't disturb anything, we still have all those strawberry plants growing very nicely. And you can see how healthy they are, and they survived the winter just fine. Now, this was a mild winter for us, but again, with that amount of soil raised above ground level and no covering, you can see they did very well. Now, this is the side that I dug away. I removed half of the raised bed. And you can see where this large sunflower stalk is in the middle here. Now, this is just truly amazing. We have a strawberry plant that survived just on that piece of area that's sticking out from the rest of the soil, and that's the pretty much 50% soil, and probably the other 50% is sunflower roots. Now that strawberry plant is growing and doing extremely well and is green and healthy. Again, if nature has everything it requires, it will survive. It does a great job on its own. We just have to learn how nature is providing us the tools and look and listen to that. I want to thank you very much for watching today's video. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe, and I'll see you again shortly. Thanks.